is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Arizona.
It's a sunny Saturday here in Scottsdale, Arizona. What else is new this time of year? It's Cactus League Baseball. The Arizona Diamondbacks today hosting the World Series champion Kansas City Royals on Fox Sports Arizona and Fox Sports Kansas City. And good afternoon from Salt River Fields at Talking Stick. Welcome to the broadcast. Steve Berthune, Bob Brenly, and Jeff Montgomery along the way. Hello to our fans in Arizona and KC. The Diamondbacks got a win over these Royals yesterday up in Surprise, and the rematch, the back end of this home and home here this afternoon. Jeff, for our viewers who haven't kept up with the Royals so far, our Diamondbacks viewers, are you guys still celebrating? How's the spring going so far?
Well, there was a lot of celebrating, Steve, and I think it's a situation with these Royals. Not a lot of competition in spring training. Oftentimes, that does not dictate well in the win-loss column. So far, we've seen that with the Royals. A
representative lineup for the Royals here today. Chris Medlin is on the mound for them, looking for a number 4 starter spot in their rotation, Bob. And for the Diamondbacks, same deal. Ruby De La Rosa, Chip Hale says, will be his number 4 starter. It's our third look at Ruby this spring.
Yeah, and the deeper you get into spring training, you like to see more consistency out of Ruby, better arm angle, be in that strike zone a little more often. As we saw last year, at times he was spectacular, at times he was spectacularly inconsistent. So we'll see how it goes today.
Well, this one should be fun. A sellout crowd here at Salt River Fields at Talking Stick. Chris Medlin for the Royals and Ruby De La Rosa for the Diamondbacks. We're on Fox Sports Kansas City and Fox Sports Arizona. More from Scottsdale after this.
Sanderson Ford. The best play is at Sanderson Ford. Chaz Roberts Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Choose Chaz. Cox Gigablast. How will you live the gig life? And by your Valley Honda dealers, where you get more standard features for less money.
Welcome back to Salt River Fields, where the Arizona Diamondbacks host the World Series champion Kansas City Royals. Jody Jackson with you, and it is also the Cactus League debut of Diamondbacks closer Brad Ziegler. Yes, it is the first time he's going into a season as the closer, but last year coming off knee surgery, only had 5 spring outings, but had an amazing year, 30 saves and a 1.85 ERA. That is lowest in D-backs history by a reliever with at least 40 innings. In fact, we all know from last year, his career ERA, 2.47. Also lowest in D-backs history. So Brad Ziegler looking for another fantastic season as the Diamondbacks closer. He'll take the hill in the first of 7 outings this spring. Again, coming off the knee surgery last year, had to rush it a little bit to get into the season, but this year feeling much stronger, had an intense rehab in the off season. And then today, starting on the mound, it will be Ruby De La Rosa, and the right-hander, a hard thrower. Breakout season for him last year. In fact, with 14 wins, an ERA 4.67. Of course, Ruby looking to lower that this season. Excellent against right-handers, but he'll look to work on it against lefties. He'll face a couple of them here in this lineup in Moustakas and Hosmer. First pitch coming up next from Salt River Field.
Sports Arizona is presented in part by Lone Butte Casino. You're in for more winning moments at Lone Butte Casino. By Tire Pros. For the best selection of Continental and General brand tires, visit one of our 22 locally owned locations. By Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Double Jack Burger today, only at Jack in the Box. And by Law Tigers, Arizona's motorcycle lawyers. It's the D-backs and the Royals, the back end of a mini home-and-home Cactus League series after the Diamondbacks were 12-3 winners in surprise yesterday afternoon. Steve Berthune, Bob Brenly, and Jeff Montgomery doing a three-man weave up here in the booth. Jody Jackson down on the field. We welcome all of our viewers on Fox Sports Kansas City. And Jeff, I guess Ned Yost has figured it out after all, huh? His sixth season now, or his sixth full season, I should say, as the Royal skipper.
Right, all the patience the organization paid with Ned Yost and the patience that he's shown with a lot of his players, especially young players that they acquired through the draft and some trades, have certainly paid off for Ned Yost last 2 years, obviously making World Series appearances and last year winning it all.
Already the winningest manager in Royals history, and here's his lineup this afternoon.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at Paulo Orlando competing for an opportunity in right field likely, but he's playing left field today. Mike Moustakas over at third. Lorenzo Cain's going to be in his normal center field position. Eric Hosmer, first base. Kendrys Morales, breakout season for him last year at DH. Raymond Fuentes is going to get some opportunities to show his stuff in right field today. Christian Colon, big World Series hero, shortstop. Clint Barmas at second, and Drew Butera behind the plate.
Well, the D-backs and Royals will meet 4 times this spring, including the final 2 games on the spring schedule. That's April 1st and 2nd at Chase Field. Before the D-backs begin the 2016 season, the opener at home against the Rockies on April 4th. Diamondbacks, one of the hottest teams in the Cactus League right now. They've off to a very good start this spring. 7 wins in 11 games. They have won, in fact, 5 of their last 7 under Chip Hale, including
leading the Cactus League in runs, hits, and total bases, Bob. I guess we can start the season right now.
Yeah, it's all been about the offense up to this point, doing exactly what Dave Magadan and the skipper Chip Hale are hoping for. Put the ball in play, some lengthy at-bats. They've seen more pitches than any other team in baseball this spring. All things that Dave Magadan, Mark Grace, and Chip Hale were hoping that this offense would be able to accomplish as we move forward in the Cactus League.
And here is Ruby De La Rosa. It was announced yesterday by Chip Hale that Ruby will pitch the 4th game of the season for the D-backs, so he's your number 4 starter. His debut will be the opener of a 4-game series against the Cubs at Chase Field April 7th. Ruby today making his 3rd start this spring. You see the numbers from last year. He can be a power right-hander, Bob, just looking for a little more consistency.
A little more consistency within the strike zone and around the edges of the strike zone. Walked a couple of batters in his 4 innings of work already here this spring. The surprising thing is he's been hit a little bit. In his 4 innings of work, he's given up 7 base hits. Of course, it is the Cactus League. These fields play very fast. The ball carries extremely well. But for Ruby, always the key is keeping the ball down. That tailing, sinking fastball, the straight changeup, keep everything down in the zone. Let his defense work behind him, minimize the pitch count.
Take a look at the Diamondbacks defensively. Gene Segura back. It's our Eye on Defense, Bob, brought to you by Nationwide Vision Center.
Segura at shortstop this afternoon. He'll be flanked by Jake Lamb at 3rd, Phil Goslin at 2nd, and Chris Herman over at first base today. Across the outfield, left to right, Jason Bourgeois, Evan Marzilli, and David Peralta. Tuffy Gosowicz doing the catching today for right-hander Ruby De La Rosa.
It is a perfect day here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Clear blue skies overhead. A little cooler than we're used to actually this time of year, so just absolutely perfect. And we are set to go. Paulo Orlando will lead it off for the Royals. And Jeff, it looks like this might be the year Paulo Orlando becomes a more integral part of Ned Yost's lineup.
Right, he was a great story last year. Had the opportunity to break into the major leagues and make his debut. Did it in big fashion. Had some triples to get his career going and really kind of kept things going. He did have one stint where he went to the minor leagues, but fortunately he took it very well. Went down, he learned a lot about the ups and downs of playing in the major leagues, came back and was a big contributor to this team down the stretch.
The native of Brazil, where he was a track and field star. And there is strike 1. Doug Eddings is our plate umpire. We are underway. We saw the numbers on Paulo Orlando, just under 250 and 7 homers. He had 3 hits in the postseason, including a World Series RBI. Ruby ahead 0-2.
Big fastball already from Ruby, 96 on that last heater. We've seen him approach triple digits at times when he's really feeling it out there, but as we talked about last season, mid-90s, low 90s, consistently in the zone, much better for Ruby De La Rosa.
Orlando sends it out to right field. Peralta over to cut it off, and the speed of Paulo Orlando on the bases to lead it off for the Royals.
Bobby, talk about De La Rosa needing to keep the ball down. Here's a situation where he gets the ball up a little bit. Paulo Orlando is going to stay back and allow his bat to do the work, go the other way with it.
And now we get into the heart of the order. Some familiar names. Mike Moustakas, the first All-Star selection of his career last year. And it looks like, Jeff, he'll be batting in the 2-hole most of the year. I read that the other day.
Right, and that's a huge surprise coming out of spring training camp last year when Ned Yost inserted him into that number 2 slot. And his staff, they talked about who would be a good number 2 guy. And even though Mike Moustakas has not done well the year before, they gave it a shot and it worked.
Segura smothered that when they tried to get the force on Orlando. It rolls away from Phil Goslin in the first 2 half reach for Kansas City.
And last year we saw Mike Moustakas do exactly what he did on that at bat. He goes the opposite field. He takes what the pitcher gives him, and it made him a much more complete hitter and really turned his career around last year.
They score that a base hit for Moustakas, so a pair of singles to open things up, and now it's Lorenzo Cain. Gene Segura has missed the last few days with some soreness in his knee, playing for the first time since Tuesday. So Ruby in a mess here, and he'll deal with Lorenzo Cain, who last year was 3rd in the AL MVP voting, and the numbers tell a big part of that story. Career highs with a batting average, 34 doubles, 16 homers, 72 RBIs. Also stole 28 bases. Strike 1. Boy, Jeff, this guy really came into his own last year, didn't he?
He did. It's a player that the Royals acquired when they traded Zach Greinke to the Milwaukee Brewers, part of a package deal. But Lorenzo Cain was a guy that everyone understood. He had tremendous ability. He's a multi-tool player. Keeping him healthy, this year he was able to do that. Last year he was able to do that and had a really nice season for the Royals.
Ruby trying to get together with Tuffy Gozowish back there.
Pretty tough to get a fly ball to drop in the outfield at Kansas City.
It is, and that's one of the things that this organization's really built itself around, is athletes and a lot of quality athletic type players, and they've transitioned now to a team that has been built on speed and defense, and they really put those two assets to good use. They've got a great bullpen, as we know, but they've really focused on defense, and to be a Kansas City Royal, for the most part, you have to be athletic.
And it took a while for Lorenzo Cain. It didn't happen automatically. He was a 17th round pick by the Brewers back in '04. And he'll be 30 years old next month, so it did take a while. It was a process for Lorenzo Cain.
Right, and the key for him, again, was just keeping those legs strong and healthy. The last few years, he's learned how to take better care of himself in the offseason as far as the training program, and as a result, he's been on the field and available for Ned Yost.
Making sure Orlando, with that great speed down there at second, is staying put. Gosselin sneaking in behind from second base. One ball and one strike. Play on at second. And Orlando is back inside.
That's something you see a lot of in spring training. I'm sure it was the same way in your career, Jeff. These are things you work on in the morning before the ball games. Pick-off attempts at second base, or pick-off attempts with runners on the corners. And when you get an opportunity to actually pull the play in a game, you have to try it.
Right, and it's a great opportunity. Nothing really can go wrong here as far as the outcome. You want to learn, you want to take these things and carry them into the season. I think that's one thing that some teams do better than others. I've heard a lot of comments from teams that the Royals have played against over the last few years, particularly regarding their base running. They'll talk about the way they take that extra base, they'll move a runner along, and they say these are things we see teams working on a lot in spring training camp, but a lot of times they don't do it during the season.
Ruby ahead of Lorenzo Cain, a ball and two strikes. Just inside, 2-2. Ruby making his third start this spring. He's 1-0. He worked 2 innings against the Rockies in the Cactus League opener. That was last Wednesday here. Gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. And then Monday against the Mariners in Peoria, he needed 48 pitches to get through 2 innings. Gave up 3 runs on 4 hits, also walked 2 in that ball game. But he retires Cain for the first out. Now he'll deal with Eric Hosmer. Time for our Valley Honda keys to the game. Now each of you guys have had some homework. You have 1 key each.
Yeah, mine's all about the offense. We touched on it in the open that this is a team that's really been banging the ball this spring. 73 runs scored in the Cactus League, 126 hits, 204 total bases, all leading the Cactus League. Hopefully that offense will continue for the D-backs today.
Eric Hosmer 4 for 12 this spring, a double and a home run. He's got 5 RBIs in 6 games. And there's ball 1. Hosmer 297 with KC last year, 18 home runs. The 93 RBIs, a career high. We like to think, Jeff, that we have the best defensive first baseman in baseball in Paul Goldschmidt, who was across town playing the Giants in Scottsdale. This is a split squad game, but Eric Hosmer, 3 straight Gold Gloves.
Well, he's a player that certainly brings a lot every night to the ballpark. He's got tremendous hands over at first base. He saves his other infielders tremendous amount of errors during the course of the season because he has such soft hands. Hopefully we have a chance to see a little bit of that here today. But again, another multi-tool player. The Royals, maybe Lorenzo Cain, as you mentioned, 3rd in the AL MVP voting last year. I think Eric Hosmer probably is the guy that win the first MVP for the Royals as far as the guys that have a uniform here today.
Best year of his career last year, Hosmer. The OPS was 822. Ruby behind, 3 balls, no strikes. Up the middle, Gosselin behind the bag, Segura for one, and they roll it. Ruby De La Rosa, the ground ball at times could be a big weapon for him last year, and it gets him out of a big mess in the first. Gosselin, Segura, and Herman, Diamondbacks coming up. Talking stick, a perfect sunny Saturday in Scottsdale. Royals and Diamondbacks set to begin the home half of the first inning. Chip Hale, so far so good for Chip. His team has been, Bob, the best offensive team in the Cactus League so far.
Swinging it well, and here's how Chip's going to line them up this afternoon for this game against the Kansas City Royals. We're going to see Gene Segura leading off, playing shortstop. Phil Gosselin. The two combined for a nice double play to get out of that top half of the first. Gosselin at second, Jake Lamb at third, David Peralta out in right field. Chris Herman playing first base today. Tuffy Gosewich behind the plate. Zach Bornstein will be the DH with Jason Bourgeois in left and Evan Marzilli in center field.
Gene Segura will lead it off against 30-year-old right-hander Chris Medlin, the former Atlanta Brave. And there's a strike. Medlin 6-2 with Kansas City last year, a 4.01 ERA in 15 appearances, 8 of them starts. After coming back in midseason last year following the second Tommy John surgery of his career. And Segura picks up where he left off. He belts it into center. Gene Segura. And he hustles into second. Segura's in there. Hard to make a better impression than the one we've seen from Gene Segura so far. He is now 10 for 14.
Kane just laid back a little bit too much. Line drive just to the left of straightaway center field. You see Segura busting it hard out of the batter's box. Turns first base, decides he can beat that throw to second. Easily in on his belly with the leadoff double.
Here's another guy that's off to a good start this spring, Phil Gosselin. 7 hits in 16 at-bats for Phil in 6 games so far. Strike one.
And a little bit we've seen of Phil Gosselin. You can be pretty sure he's going to take a shot to the right side right here. Very fundamentally sound player, very unselfish player. Hitting in that 2 spot in the lineup with the leadoff man on at second base. Probably going to try to move that ball to the right side.
Well, he belts it into left center. It drops in. Here comes Segura. RBI single for Phil Gosselin. It's 1-0 D-backs. He always gives you a professional at bat. That's one thing we've seen in a very short time from Phil Gosselin, who is still in the hunt for one of these infield jobs.
The pitch looked like it was actually down from Chris Medlin. Nice job of really going down and getting the ball. Lorenzo Cain made sure he got this ball in a little quicker than he did against Segura.
So a double, a single, the RBI for Gosselin. 2 batters in, Medlin down 1-0. And he'll get a look at the third baseman, Jake Lamb. Jake last year 263 and 6 home runs. He homered Tuesday in Peoria against the Padres. And is 6 for 17 so far this spring. That's over 350. Jeff, is Medlin considered a lock for a rotation spot? Is he still in competition? What's happening at the back end of the rotation?
I would think it's his job to lose. I think he would have to probably pitch himself out of that slot, but the Royals made a commitment to him after he had his second Tommy John surgery. As you mentioned, brought him over to Kansas City on a 2-year deal. So last year, I got about a half of a season work out of him, but had him signed up already for this year. And he's a guy that he's not an overpowering type pitcher. He's a guy that, not a real big guy. 5'10", but he pitches much larger than his stature. He's a guy that's not afraid on the mound. He's going to attack hitters.
1-1 to Lamb. And Medlin on a very similar timetable as that of the Diamondbacks' Patrick Corbin. A good season in 2013. And then all of 2014 plus half of last year wiped out after Tommy John surgery. In Medlin's case, it was his second procedure. And like Corbin, Medlin came back last July and is now healthy again to begin the year. 2-1 pitch. That's a high strike called right there by Doug Innings. 2-2.
Medlin is not the type pitcher that will overpower, but he has a variety of 4 pitches that he mixes up very well. He can throw all 4 of his pitches for quality strikes, any count, so that makes him a lot better and allows him to maybe get by with more of a low to mid 90s fastball than some of the guys.
Full count on Jake Lamb. The freight train, David Peralta's on deck.
We were talking earlier about Hosmer's defense over at first, as well as Paul Goldschmidt's defense over at first, and you really don't realize how much you miss a good first baseman until you have a bad one. We talked about saving all those throws in the dirt, being able to shift one direction or the other or into foul territory to take those throws, block those pickoff throws in the dirt, keep that runner at first base.
Roslin takes off, so they stay out of the double play ball as they retire Lamb for the first out. Let's take a look at our eye on defense. Jeff, brought to you by Nationwide Vision Center.
Yeah, Royals got a fairly representative roster here. You're going to see Lorenzo Cain center field. Butera behind the plate. Royals real strong up the middle with their normal guys, but a couple backup guys here with Butera. Got Colon giving Escobar a break at shortstop. Clint Barmas over at second. Talked about the corners with Moustakas and Hosmer, 2 steady guys over there, and Raymond Fuentes out right.
So a run in, 1 out. Gosselin's at second. Here's David Peralta. And this is down and in. 1-0 to Peralta. Last year, his first full major league season, and finished 8th in the National League and hitting at .312. 4 for 17 to begin Cactus League play, all singles. Puts a charge into this one. David Peralta back at the track, at the wall, and it is gone. A home run. David Peralta takes it out of here. 3-0 D-backs.
He must have heard you, partner. 4 hits, all singles. Decided he's going to flex his muscles in this at bat. Looked like once again he got a pitch down. Breaking ball working its way down and into David Peralta, and just golfed it out of here just over that fence in right field.
It's just been remarkable to watch his evolution, Bob. He is a legitimate all-star candidate right now. Just a couple of years removed from independent ball. It's a remarkable story, and it continues to get more and more amazing. Here's Chris Herman, with Goldie playing against the Giants at Scottsdale Stadium today. Is in there at first base here at Salt River Fields. Herman had a 3-run homer yesterday against the Royals in surprise. Hit it off Joaquin Soria.
An especially good sign for David Peralta. That was a breaking ball down and in. There were times last year I think David took advantage of being the unknown. He got a lot of fastballs first time around. He didn't really know what to expect from David Peralta. And as he proved, Herman takes a called strike 3. He can hit a fastball. That was good to see him pick on a breaking ball right there and hit it with authority.
Yeah, and I think if you look at spring training baseball, a lot of times you're going to see more fastballs. We're probably looking for more fastballs, but great reaction on his behalf to take that curveball. It didn't look like a bad location, but sometimes the right-handed pitcher against that lefty, that down and in curveball, dangerous pitch.
So if he goes a wish, 211 and a home run last year. You see that bottom line there. Only able to play 38 games last season. Suffered that torn ACL in his right knee in St. Louis May 27th, and that was the end of his year. Had surgery about a week later. What do you think of the new look, Jeff? The pants?
A lot of variety, a lot of options.
Well said. Wearing the bloody sock pants today with the stripe that stops about halfway up the thigh. Two-one pitch. Royals have had essentially the same uniform since back when the Amos Otis Freddie Patek days.
They have, and they went back to the powder blues a few years ago, and for a while, like a lot of teams, they went to the black uniforms. Particularly, they wore the blacks on the road on particularly Sundays, but gotten away from all that now.
Sky high, short left Orlando. Drifting over, and he's got it. But the Diamondbacks put up a 3-spot in the first. Phil Gosselin starts it off the RBI single. David Peralta, his first homer of the spring. It's 3-0 Diamondbacks. Salt River Fields at Talking Stick. Diamondbacks lead Kansas City 3-0. Set for the second inning. It's a constant evolving process, I guess, Jeff, and some fairly significant losses for the World Series champs this winter.
Well, really, there were. Johnny Cueto at the top of that list. Here's a guy that really helped them do exactly what they expected when they obtained him, and that was helped him win a World Series. I don't think there was any expectation he was going to be able to be in the Royals' ability as far as their payroll to sign him back, but he did exactly what they needed to do.
And Ben Zobrist, another big loss on that list. We were talking about him before the ball game and how valuable he is to any team, but he took his wares to the Cubs this year.
Right, a 4-year contract for Ben. Happy for him, but man, sure hate to see him lose. Hate to lose Ben Zobrist to the Cubs. He was a guy that seemed like he had huge hit after huge hit during the stretch and even in the postseason for the Royals.
The Diamondbacks have the overshift on for Kendrys Morales. So this is a guy, Jeff, that sort of got lost in the Hosmers and Moustakas and Canes of the Royals last year. Look at these numbers. You know, this was probably his best year last year since 09 when he was top 5 in the MVP vote as an Angel.
Well, he was healthy last year, and he had so much support around him, and he provided so much support for the Alex Gordon's and Lorenzo Cain's and Eric Hosmer's. He added so much depth to the Royals lineup. It was amazing what that addition and the production they got from Henderson Morales did for that Royals lineup.
Yeah, 41 doubles, 22 homers, 106 RBIs. He had a terrific year. One away to start the second for De La Rosa. Raymond Fuentes now. Last year at AAA Omaha in the Coast League, 308, 9 homers. He also stole 29 bases. He's got good speed. And getting the start here today in right field. He homered yesterday in surprise off the Diamondbacks' Matt Koch.
The Royals lost Gerard Dyson in the first spring training game, who's kind of slotted in to be their right fielder addition. He's going to probably compete with Paulo Orlando for time in right field, maybe platoon. The fact that Fuentes is a left-hander may give him some advantage as far as cracking that 25-man roster come opening day.
He just turned 25. A good spring so far, 6 for 14, a double and a homer. And he's ahead here, 3-0. Former first-round pick by the Red Sox out of Puerto Rico. His only big league experience was 23 games with the Padres. That was 3 years ago. There's a strike, 3-1.
He's one of those very athletic players, like I was talking about, that fit the Royals mold as far as what their expectations are, particularly in the outfield positions.
Ruby comes back after falling behind 3-0. The count is full. And he got him. 3 balls and no strikes to the strikeout. That's his second. 2 down.
There were times last season that we would see the same thing from Ruby De La Rosa, where he'd get a quick out against a dangerous hitter like Morales and then fall behind the next hitter. 3-0. Good changeup that time for the strike 3 on the full count pitch, but it took him 6 pitches to get to that strikeout.
And that's such a key for him, Bob. Jody mentioned it earlier in the broadcast as Christian Colon steps in. Ruby against left-handers, if he can keep that pitch, or anything he has for that matter, especially that 2-seam fastball, down and into lefties, that'll be a real difference maker for him. And the location of that last pitch to Fuentes was just perfect. This is what the coaches have talked about with Ruby all spring long. Look where this pitch is. That'll work.
Great off-speed pitch. Good changeup.
He's ahead of Colon 0-2.
The Royals had a chance to see De La Rosa when he was with the Red Sox. I believe it was in 2013, and he was a guy that was dominant. I think he had a dominant game against the Royals, and you can tell that he was an emerging potential star in the making, and a guy that has a lot of tools and a lot of talent, but getting ahead of hitters is going to be a key for him.
A bouncer to shortstop for Segura. Another ground ball out for Ruby. He's retired 5 in a row. He leads it 3-0.
Diamondbacks 3, Royals nothing. Hey fans, secure tickets now for D-backs opening day at Chase Field. It's Monday, April 4th. First pitch is 6:40 against the Rockies. Zach Greinke makes his Diamondbacks debut, so that's a game you do not want to miss. Visit dbacks.com and get your tickets now. Zach Bornstein will lead off the Diamondbacks second against Chris Medlin. I saw, Jeff, that the Royals are opening up with something new on the menu this year for baseball fans. It's a special, I guess, a 2-game rematch against the Mets at Kauffman Stadium.
That's right, and that game was actually scheduled prior to the World Series taking place, but the Mets and the Royals are going to kick things off on Sunday Night Baseball, and the Royals opening day actually is going to be on Tuesday this year. Opening night on Sunday, opening day on Tuesday, so a lot of festivities ahead.
Yeah, I saw they were calling it their second home opener Tuesday afternoon. It's a day game after the Sunday nighter.
Right.
And then you have the Monday just in case it gets rained out. Bornstein bangs it up the middle. His hot spring continues. A leadoff single. That's the 4th hit for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, of course, you have the ring ceremony. That's Tuesday, right before the day game?
That's right. I believe the championship flag will be hoisted on Sunday night, and then on Tuesday a ring ceremony. I know on Fox Sports Kansas City we're going to carry that before the Royals day game.
I tell you what, the photographs of the celebration downtown were absolutely stunning. It was something to see. What a sight that was.
It was really amazing. Had a beautiful fall Kansas City day, early November, and about 800,000 Royals fans showed up for it. So it was a very memorable occasion for a lot of people.
They would take those shots from way above, and it's just a sea of Royals blue, and all those people and everybody just behaving themselves and celebrating. It was impressive.
The thing that I remember as much as that was when we arrived from New York on the Monday after winning the World Series on Sunday night. There were people lined up on the freeways welcoming the team back, and it was just an amazing experience. So happy to have had a chance to be part of it. It took 30 years from the time the Royals had won the last World Series before they won again. So it was certainly a very welcome sight.
85. Well, Diamondbacks last 1-0-1. My partner had something to do with that. There's some discussion that maybe they're in contention to get back there this year with all the changes we've made here.
I think the Diamondbacks are definitely going in the right direction. The improvement that they made last year under Chip Hale in his first season as the skipper, I don't think anybody anticipated that, but because of that improvement and the core group of a lineup that they had, the Diamondbacks felt like this was the time to make a shot.
Well, here's Evan Marzilli, who had a home run off Chris Young yesterday in surprise, and Evan, the center fielder today, having a very good spring, 6 for 17. A double, a triple, and a homer.
Bob, you had the opportunity to experience it as a manager, but the patience is required from the organization and the fans to allow this process to occur. The Royals fans had to wait so many years between the World Championships, but when Dayton Moore came in and he essentially announced it's going to be a 7 or 8 year process to get back to where we want to be. They go to the World Series in 2014. Guys came to spring training last year hungry, tried to get back on top of the mountain again, and fortunately they were able to pull that off, but it took a lot of patience, took a lot of hard work, and it's just a process, and now we're seeing that with your Diamondbacks here.
Well, you guys got a first-hand look at how tough it is to deal with Madison Bumgarner. We get that 5-6 times a year.
You just said a really bad name for people in Kansas City. He essentially single-handedly won a World Series for the Giants.
They sure did. That was impressive. Marzilli had 3-0.
He was a special player during the regular season, but that guy that showed up in the postseason, I mean, he was just off the charts, everything he did.
Well, Jeff, things getting a little messy here for Medlin out there.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. His command is definitely not where he wants it to be, where it needs to be. And when you're not an overpowering righty that needs to be able to command all of your pitches, if you're not in that strike zone down, you're not going to be very effective. And unfortunately for Chris Medlin, we're seeing that today.
Well, here is the red-hot Gene Segura. Doubled and scored a run in his first at-bat 1 inning ago. He has got 10 hits in 14 at-bats this spring. That's in the dirt.
Yeah, that double back in the first inning by all right should have just been a clean single into center field to start the ball game, but he busted out of the batter's box, and when Kane backpedals as he fields the ball, Segura goes on and advances to second base.
He's back after sitting out a few days with what Chip Hale has said was minor knee soreness. He aggravated the knee sliding in a game at Peoria. earlier this week. Double play ball here, right to Cologne on the high hop. Barnes turns it. And Medlin is out of a mess. We are through 2. Royals and Diamondbacks. It's 3-0 Arizona from Salt River Field to Talking Sticks.
Here in Arizona, Diamondbacks on top of the Royals 3-0, and Royals fans, secure your season tickets and get an opportunity for opening night with the primetime World Series matchup against the New York Mets on April 3rd. If you purchase that full season ticket plan, a limited number available, but you do get the opportunity to go for opening night if you get that full plan. So get your tickets at Royals.com. Season tickets at Royals.com.
And if you happen to be a Royals fan, but you live here in the Valley of the Sun, it's not too late to become a D-back season ticket holder for the 2016 season. Get tickets for all 81 home games, or choose from a half, a series, or even a weekend plan. Season ticket holders enjoy the lowest price per ticket and get access to exclusive benefits and experiences. Become a season ticket holder now. Visit dbacks.com. We'll take your overflow.
I bet that's a tough ticket this year in KC. It has been for a while now.
My understanding, the lower bowl of the stadium is sold out for season tickets, so still limited number of tickets available in the season ticket plans, but opening day is always a special day. It's going to be opening night this year, but having to follow up again on Tuesday with opening day.
Clint Balmas, a ball and 2 strikes, and he waves at that one. Ruby De La Rosa has now set down 6 in a row. That's his 3rd strikeout.
Took a breaking ball that time, down low in the dirt, away from Barmas. Could not check his swing. We're talking about that ballpark in Kansas City. That has really aged well. You know, they've made some improvements, I know, the last couple of years, some new amenities at the ballpark, but it always shows great on television. It's a great place to go as a visiting team.
Well, we hear that a lot from players who come in that enjoy coming to Kansas City, and the ballpark is part of the reason, and fans certainly have a great opportunity in Kansas City to have a ballpark that they know very well, over 40 years old, but it's aged very well.
Yeah, it's a wonderful ballpark to go to. They got those great statues out in the outfield. They did a wonderful job, I thought, with the Royals Hall of Fame in that left field corner. It's a great place to visit.
Yeah, it is, and that's an attraction. A lot of people come in. They spend some time going to the Royals Hall of Fame, learning a lot about baseball history, not just about Royals Hall of Famers, but about history of baseball in Kansas City.
Drew Butera, 3 hits this spring. 2 of them are home runs, including, believe it or not, Bob, an inside the park home run for the catcher.
Well, what's so hard to believe about that?
It was against the White Sox Thursday at Glendale. It's a foul ball.
Everybody on the other roster ran into each other, right?
Must have. Hey, you knuckleheads.
It's like my good friend George Brett, former teammate. Spends the entire spring here in Arizona with the team.
We get the A-listers at this ballpark. 1-2 pitch.
He grinds it out, man. All those shots of George Brett in the postseason up there in the booth. I mean, you can see every pitch, every at bat, pacing, fist clenched, like he's still playing. Two and two.
That's because he was such a great player. You know, great players, and of course when George Brett played, it seemed like the game revolved around him.
Sure did.
But now you're removed from the field where you really don't have any direct impact on the game itself, and you've got to find a way to get that energy out.
Drove Tony La Russa nuts, so he took a job here. Couldn't take it anymore.
It was interesting. George retired after the '93 season, and he took a job in the front office with the Royals. I think the first week or so he wore a coat and tie to the office, and I think after maybe a week of that he said, "That's enough. I'm a ball player. I'm going to show up my khakis."
He's got their attention down there. How about Ruby De La Rosa? Make it 4 strikeouts. He has set down 7 straight Royals.
They're mixing it up pretty good today. This is just a rare back 4-seam fastball right down the heart of the plate. Blew it by Butera there for the second out of the inning. We've seen good changeups. We've seen a good breaking ball to get Barmes to swing and miss to start this inning, and they're a fastball to Drew Butera.
Bob, the thing I'm seeing from De La Rosa today, he's really got that nice arm angle. He's getting a downhill plane as a result. He doesn't necessarily have to be down in the strike zone, but he still has life on his pitches.
Paulo Orlando, the leadoff man. Chip Hale told us before the game today he was hoping to get 4 innings out of Ruby De La Rosa. And so far, so good.
You know, Burton, you remember last year there were times Ruby's rhythm on the mound would get out of sync a little bit, take too long between pitches and shake off the signs of his catcher, and it seemed to throw him into a bad rhythm where he really had trouble finding the zone consistently. But after that first inning, it looks like he settled into a nice rhythm out there.
That's the strike call there from Doug Eddings. It's 1-2.
Jeff, you were a pitcher. There's a fine line between working too quickly and not working quickly enough.
And a lot of times when you feel really good on the mound, you have that tempo, you have that rhythm, you're working very well with your catcher, and that translates into working quickly. But there is, you're right, a fine line between trying to overdo it, try to be too quick, because the biggest downfall for pitchers is when they try to be too fast. Their arm angle drops down, the ball flattens out, and bad things happen.
And Ruby worked hard in the offseason. He came to spring training 22 pounds lighter than he was last year. He's trying to put his body in good position and be in good shape. Feels a lot better. And he strikes out the side, blows away Orlando. 5 strikeouts for Ruby. He's set down 8 in a row, and he's got a 3-0 lead. On Fox Sports Arizona is presented in part by Ram Trucks. Right now, get a great deal during Ram Truck Month. Salt River Fields at Talking Stick, the casino resort right across the street from the ballpark here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Steve Berthune, Bob Brentley, Jeff Montgomery, Jody Jackson here with you on Fox Sports Kansas City and Fox Sports Arizona on a beautiful sunny Saturday in Scottsdale. Phil Gosselin leads off the Diamondback third against Chris Medlin. Gosselin had an RBI single back in the first. Made it 1-0 Arizona. David Peralta followed with a 2-run homer. And Gosselin belts this into center. It's carrying on Lorenzo Cain, but as he so often does, he runs it down. No panic from him out there. He just kind of glides back, Jeff, and snags it.
Well, he's got a few extra gears he can go to when he needs it, but he conserves as much as he can. He does it a lot of times, almost effortlessly, like we just saw on the last fly ball, but he has the ability to turn up a notch when he needs to.
Jake Lamb grounded out his first time up against Medlin. Chris so far has given up 4 hits. He's also walked 1.
Speaking of center fielders that can turn it up a notch when they need to, happy birthday to former D-back Steve Finley. 5-time Gold Glove winner, 2-time All-Star. Finn's celebrating a birthday today. He could shag him with the best of them.
Get that right.
You should be sending all those guys cards every year. There's a list you should have.
Absolutely.
Laminated in your wallet. Make sure that everybody gets a card. That was a pretty good group. One and two.
And of course, Steve Finley had to cover for Gonzo and left, so basically he played 2 outfield positions. I hope Gonzo's listening somewhere.
What do RJ and Schilling get? That's what I want to know. Balloons.
Well, in 01, they got pretty much whatever they wanted. You want to skip your side session today? I'm fine with that. Whatever you need.
Medlin ahead 1-2. It's been a long road for this young man. In his age 30 season now, a double Tommy John patient. Diamondbacks have one of those, and Daniel Hudson. That one missed, 2-2. In his second season in Atlanta, Medlin had to be shut down in August. That was 2010. Partially torn UCL in the right elbow. That was his first Tommy John. Didn't make it back from that until the very end of September in 2011. And then came back and pitched well, won 25 games the next 2 years. But then spring training 2014, a sore elbow, and sure enough, a second Tommy John. Missed another year and a half, and finally came back last July.
The Royals actually have 2 pitchers on their roster. One in Medlin and also Joaquin Soria have had Tommy John surgery performed twice. So 2 guys have made really unusual comebacks.
I know they kind of eased him into a reliever role, Jeff, when he came back, worked out of the bullpen and the rotation. Has there been thought, like the Diamondbacks have done here with Daniel Hudson, into maybe converting Medlin into a relief pitcher?
Well, he has the ability to do both, but I think they would really like for him to solidify that 4th spot in the rotation. I think the top 3 guys are fairly well set, but there's always some uncertainties in those 4 and 5 slots, and almost every team in baseball wants the depth in that rotation because you're going to need more than 5 guys during the course of the season. Normally 6 or 7 or 8 guys during the course of the season.
Jake Lamb on a 3-2 pitch rolls it into right, a 1-out single. Here's Peralta, who homered his first time up. This was Peralta in the first.
There was a pitch that was down and in, but again, sometimes that's that hot zone for the left-handed batter. Sure enough, Peralta proved that to be the case.
Well, it's a long way from Wichita and Amarillo in the Independent League. David Peralta. Top 10 in the National League in batting average last year. Top 10 in slugging and OPS. In fact, the only outfielder in the National League last year with a higher OPS was Bryce Harper, who was the MVP. Bangs it right back up the box. It almost got Medlin. And Peralta's 2 for 2.
Chris Medlin struggling enough on the mound today. Sure didn't need to have this happen. The ball was very, very close.
Well, we now have StatCast where we can measure everybody's step and how fast everyone's running and how hard the ball is going and all of this stuff. David Peralta was among the elite in the major leagues last year when it came to hard hit baseballs. He will barrel it up and hit it as hard as anyone in the game. So 2 on, 1 out for Chris Herman, who struck out his first time up. Lamb at second, Peralta at first. Herman, a 3-run homer yesterday off Joakim Soria in surprise. A high fly ball that he pulled into the right field corner. Ball 1. Left-hand hitting catcher, utility man Chris Herman. He can play first base like he is today. He's a catcher. He can play either corner outfield spot. And Jody, he might be a valuable guy for Chip Hale this year.
Well, certainly that's what the Diamondbacks think, and that's why General Manager Dave Stewart brought him along. As you mentioned, the versatility. He said, look, I'm a catcher at heart, but he also works in the outfield whenever he gets a chance because he just wants to make himself more valuable. Now, I mentioned the home run to Chip Hale. He said, look, we've always liked his bat. We noticed the little things. He got a couple of walks the other day, and, of course, both Herman and the Diamondbacks think that he might flourish more here in the National League. Hale said, it's my job to keep him active. But Herman thinks with more playing time and more at-bats that bat will come around, then the average will go up.
Ball and 2 strikes. He punches out Herman for the second time today. 2 down. Orioles have veteran left-hander John Lannon warming up in their bullpen as Medlin is creeping up on 50 pitches.
You know, Medlin has not really found his rhythm, hasn't had a clean inning in his 3 innings of work here yet today, but just seems like he's really fought himself with command. Oftentimes pitchers in spring training maybe don't use their entire repertoire of pitches, but it seems like Medlin really having a difficult time getting that rhythm.
The first 2 against him reached back in the first, so he really did never get the chance to settle in. Tuffy flied out his first time up.
Yeah, different guys approach their outings in spring training in different ways. We've talked about it in past telecasts. As you mentioned, Chris Medlin battling for this 4th spot in the Royals rotation. Figures to be his to lose, so these outings are a little more important to him than maybe a guy who is a lock to be in that rotation. You know he's going to take the ball 30 times this coming season. So, you know, even though the numbers aren't pretty today, I'm sure Chris Medlin is grinding out there on the mound as hard as he can to get through this outing.
Absolutely. He wants to accomplish more than one thing. One thing he wants to accomplish is get the pitch count up because you want to build and build and build during the course of spring, but you also want to be effective. You want confidence. You want people who are evaluating you who want you to be part of their club.
Colon at shortstop. They go the short way for the force on Peralta. And that's the end of the inning. We are through 3. Diamondbacks 3, Royals nothing.
For the fourth inning, our Chaz Roberts cool play of the game. Ruby De La Rosa, BB, struck out the side in the third.
Yeah, 4 of the last 5 batters he's faced have gone down on strikes. And the thing we mentioned at the time, it's come on a variety of different pitches. An elevated fastball there. Saw a changeup for a strikeout, a breaking ball for a strikeout. Really good to see him mixing in his secondary pitches with effectiveness.
43 pitches, 27 for strikes. He has retired the last 8 batters he's faced. He's got 5 punch-outs, and Mike Moustakas will lead off the Royals' 4th, and the Diamondbacks have the shift on for the left-hand hitter. Chip Hale told us this week the Diamondbacks would start to put their defensive shift packages together and use them in the ball games. Matt Williams working with Dr. Ed Lewis and the Diamondbacks analytics department on how they want to play some of these guys, and so they're starting to put those plans into effect.
Jeff, where do the Royals come down on defensive shifting? Do they do it a lot or just on certain hitters?
They have a plan. On certain hitters they do it, but like looking at this alignment, you see this a lot. Mike Moustakas, in fact, this is one reason Mike Moustakas became a better hitter last year. Going back to 2014, I think the first time he ever saw such a dramatic defensive shift like we see here. And then last year he worked hard on spring training, using the entire field. Opening day he comes into Kansas City and hitting in that 2 slot, using the opposite field. In fact, he hit a home run the opposite field, and that really was huge for Mike Moustakas and his confidence.
And it's a great example, I think, Jeff, of the way that hitters are going to have to learn to evolve and adjust to all these defensive shifts. A sky-high fly ball to Peralta out there and right. The thing for me that jumped out in looking at Mike Moustakas, Jeff, last year, his on-base percentage, it was just a tick under 350 for him last year. It was the first time in his career that he had an on-base percentage for a full season that was even over 300, so it was a remarkable jump.
It really was, and again, hard work. Dale Swaim, the hitting coach here in Kansas City, worked with him during spring training, allowed him to experiment, allowed him to do some things, but really encouraged him to use all fields. And for the longest part of the season, he had more hits to left field than he did right field.
But I have to adapt or die, as they say.
Well, Mike Moustakas said it himself. He goes, I wasn't going to last very long hitting 212 in the major leagues, so you have to do something to improve that. Now, 2014, he had a tremendous postseason, 5 home runs in the postseason, which great for him confidence-wise. So he's able to build on that confidence last spring.
Seemed they were all big ones, too. I remember that postseason.
Yes.
Every time they needed a big hit, Moustakas took one out. Lorenzo Cain struck out his first time. Royals avoided arbitration with Lorenzo Cain in January, coming off his career year, so he's got a new 2-year deal, $17.5 million. Fights it off the other way. It backs up Peralta a bit. 2 down. That's 10 straight retired by Ruby De La Rosa. Bob, this is a great example of that double play ball, which has at times been a big weapon for Ruby. But he got that 4-6-3 to end the first after base hits to the first 2 batters. And ever since that double play, he has been absolutely nails.
You never know what the spark is going to be for a pitcher out there on the mound. That big double play to end the first looked like he was in big time trouble against the Royals to start the ball game. But got the 4-6-3 double play to escape that first inning, and it's just settled in. Looks very comfortable. All his stuff is working, throwing strikes, keeping the ball down.
Orlando and Moustakas reached with base hit singles to open up the ball game. He struck out Cain, then got Hosmer to hit into a 4-6-3. And Ruby has been rolling along ever since. But he's behind on Hosmer, 2-0.
Home run swing that time from Hosmer. I don't care if it's spring training, regular season, postseason. You get in those 2-0-3-1 counts to dangerous hitters. They're going to let out a little shaft. See how far they can hit it.
Royals have Wade Davis warming up in their bullpen. We may see him here in the bottom of the 4th. 2-1 to Hosmer. Fights it off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Look out, Nick Picoro. I think Nick actually got the baseball. There he is.
After it stopped rolling, I'm sure.
With almost no help at all from Steve Gilbert. None. Thumbs down.
2-2.
Hosmer 4 for 13 this spring. Giving Ruby a battle here.
Read some comments from Eric Hosmer earlier this spring. He feels like the best is yet to come in his career, and he's a guy that came up with huge hopes and expectations, and at times he's shown signs. He's a streaky hitter. He's a guy that brings his glove to the ballpark every night, but at times he gets in some slumps offensively, and a lot of it is when he starts trying to do too much. And last year, and Bob, as you know, players develop and they mature and they learn things, and I think for the first time we saw him be a more consistent player, but he thinks the best is yet to come.
Still only 26 years old. He'll be 27 in October. 3-2 pitch.
Scary thought for American League opponents.
297 last year, 18 homers, the 93 RBIs, a career high. And it's rare you find a power hitting first baseman who can put up an on base percentage over 360. So he is a tremendous overall player. One more time on 3-2. Away from the shift, off the glove of Segura. It rolls into center. Hosmer thinking about it. He'll stop at first. So that snaps a stretch of 10 straight retired by Ruby. That was a real battle, and Hosmer won it.
Well, he got some timing on that Ruby De La Rosa fastball and just stayed on it the rest of the at-bat. Fouled off a changeup. Ruby goes back to the fastball, and Hosmer able to get it just past Gene Segura into center field for a base hit.
9-pitch at bat. Hosmer the 2-out single. Here's Kendrys Morales. Nice bounce back season for Morales with Kansas City last year after that awful ankle injury with the Angels. Stops in Seattle and Minnesota. 639 plate appearances with the Royals last year. That was the second highest total of his career. He really was part of the everyday fabric of this ball club.
He was, and that was the thing. It started in spring training camp. He didn't have a spring training the year before. He had set out till the middle part of the season, came back. It was not successful. He asked Ned Yost last spring, give me as many at-bats as you possibly can. And it really paid off because timing was locked in when the season started. He was on fire for an entire 6 months.
Sure was. The Silver Slugger Award winner at DH. When you're the DH and you win the Silver Slugger, that's pretty good. 1-1 is down and away. 2 balls and a strike.
I like that theory, getting as many at bats as you can in spring training. I've told the story in the past about Edgar Martinez when he was with the Mariners. Rather than play in the A game, a lot of days he would go to the Cloverleaf where the minor league fields were and go from field to field to field and lead off every inning.
Right.
He might get 18, 20, 24 at bats in an afternoon, but that was his theory. He wanted to see as much live pitching as he possibly could before the regular season started.
Well, the pitch count getting up there a bit. It would have been nice for Chip Hale if Ruby had been able to complete this inning and get Hosmer. But he's had to get some action up in the bullpen. Jimmy Sherfy, the right-hander, now warming up for the Diamondbacks with Ruby at 63 pitches. 3-1 to Morales. Hard into right center. Hosmer takes the turn. He'll head for third. Back-to-back 2-out singles for the Royals have runners on the corners.
A lot of moving parts for Morales up there, but he gets that bat back in a good hitting position when the ball is released. Clean line drive into right field. I think that's it looks like Mike Butcher making the trip to the mound here. I thought Chip was going to go out and pull the plug on Ruby De La Rosa because of the pitch count, but looks like he's just going to double check and make sure he's okay to try to finish this inning.
Yeah, Jimmy Sherfy is warming up quickly down there, the power right-hander. D-backs fans got to look at Sherfy in the Fall League a couple of years ago. There he is.
I've read a lot about some very exciting young power arms in the Diamondbacks organization. Have done a nice job in developing the talent.
I think that's something that gets overlooked because they did trade so much in the offseason. The system was pretty well stocked, and they have been able to replenish that a bit with younger guys. And Ruby, who had 13 pitches in the first inning, 14 in the second, and 16 in the third, and suddenly had to labor here in the fourth. Raymond Fuentes struck out his first time up. Fly ball left center. Marzilli and Bourgeois. It'll be Marzilli. And Ruby gets through 4. He strands the two-out singles. 3-0 Diamondbacks. Bottom 4 coming up. Lead the Royals. Tomorrow, NASCAR Sprint Cup racing goes west right here in Phoenix as Kevin Harvick looks to defend his title from last year. It all begins tomorrow at noon on Fox and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. So all the NASCAR guys are here in the Valley this weekend. Clint Boyer up in Surprise, paying a visit, Jeff, the Royals fan.
That's right. You win a World Series, you get some local guys coming down to spring training and putting on a uniform with you. It's amazing how that works in a buff.
It really is, yeah.
So
nice hack there, solid contact.
Got some celebrity batting practice.
Probably covered both.
Ned Yost getting a word in there.
Ned Yost, a huge NASCAR fan.
We got to take the lineup card out. And here we are, a sellout crowd at Salt River Fields at Talking Stick, just south of Surprise here in Scottsdale. New pitcher for the Royals. Well, here he is. One of the great bullpen weapons in the game. It's Wade Davis. Bornstein leads it off. Davis at All-Star season last year. 6th in the Cy Young voting, 8-1. The ERA was 0.94.
When your ERA starts with a 0, that's pretty good.
High fly ball to left center field. Lorenzo Cain drifts over, and that's the first out in the bottom of the 4th.
The amazing thing about Wade Davis is in 2014 he had such a tremendous year as a setup guy for All-Star closer Greg Holland. Had a 0-point ERA that year. Can he be better in 2015? Sure enough, he was. And by the end of the season, he was the Royals closer and into the postseason.
And you see the transformation there. Keep in mind, his first season in Kansas City after coming over from Tampa Bay was as a starter. Made 24 starts and lost more games than he won. His ERA was over 5, but you saw the numbers the last 2 years in the Royals bullpen. What a transformation. 140 appearances, a 17-3 record, and a 0.97 ERA. Jason Bourgeois waves at that one, and it's 0-2.
Wade Davis's repertoire is essentially the same. He's got a tremendous cutter, but he just uses it so much differently as a relief pitcher, and I think it's been proven now by what he's done on the mound as a reliever that there are certain guys that are just more cut out to pitch in relief, and certainly Wade Davis is one of those.
Does the stuff change, Jeff? Is it the mentality? Is it the process and getting ready for every appearance? Why does it work for some guys and not for others?
Well, a lot of guys like a Wade Davis and Luke Hochevar, another Royals right-handed reliever who's made the transformation from a relief guy to a very solid, or for a starting pitcher to a very solid relief guy. I think it's a fact that they don't get seen nearly as much, and as a result, they can go hard as long as they can in that particular inning and just make it work, and they become very much more effective.
Evan Marzilli drew a base on balls in his first plate appearance today.
And many times we hear about starting pitchers. Well, he needs a third or fourth pitch to go along with his two best deliveries. But many times pitching in relief, if you can command two pitches, you can work your way through the opposing lineup.
Right, and he developed a very, very good cutter that he has the ability to pinpoint a way to left-handed batters go in to lefties with his cutter. It's just been a real addition for Wade Davis, that cutter.
Well, Evan Marzilli having a very impressive spring training for the Diamondbacks. That rolls out to the track in right field. Fuentes has an issue, and Marzilli's in at second. Evan Marzilli, a walk and a double so far. Well, that'll make him 7 for 18 this spring. 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run.
Really taking full advantage of the playing time that he has gotten up to this point of spring training. Of course, early on in camp, the starters usually go 3, 4, maybe 5 innings at the very most. 1 at bat, maybe 2 at bats, and then get them out of there, let them go get some extra work in. And guys like Evan Marzilli are there to pick up the slack and play the end of those ball games. And he has really made the most of his opportunities.
Gene Segura doubled and scored in the first. Yeah, Marzilli, a home run off Chris Young yesterday in surprise, and here today in Scottsdale, a double off Wade Davis. Gene Segura, 3 for 3 last Wednesday in the Cactus League opener here against the Rockies. And then he homered Friday against Oakland's Felix Dubron. Another 3-hit day Tuesday in Peoria against the Padres. Also stole 2 bases in that game. That's when he aggravated some soreness on the outside of his knee sliding. This is his first game since. 2 balls and a strike.
For a lot of those back in Kansas City watching, wondering why is Wade Davis pitching here in the 4th inning, it's because he has the opportunity to get some work against regulars, against guys that are going to be likely on major league rosters as opposed to later in the game, maybe the 8th or 9th inning when you may not be playing the A team, so to speak. So a lot of people curious, no, he's not going to be making a move to being a long man. He's going to be a closer for the Kansas City Royals.
You don't want Wade Davis in there against Scruffy McScrufferson. That doesn't really help anybody. 2-2. He gets Segura all tied up. They strand the 2-out double. We are through 4 in Scottsdale. Diamondbacks lead the Royals 3-0.
Diamondbacks lead the Royals 3-0, and it's the first appearance of the spring for the closer, Brad Ziegler. Now at 36 years old and on a plan that calls for a light workload in the Cactus League season. His numbers from last year: 66 appearances, a 1.85 ERA, 30 saves in 32 opportunities, and he is the closer in 2016. Christian Colon leads off the Kansas City fifth. Brad Ziegler said 2 seasons ago that when they were getting ready for the trip to Australia, he threw a ton in the spring, and frankly, it was a little too much. He's a bouncer that stays fair for Lamb, and Colon's out at first. A nice play there by Jake Lamb and a stretch by Chris Herman.
Right down that third baseline, that ball stayed down on the last hop, and Jake Lamb was able to get to it, throw on the move to Herman, and he was called out at first.
Yeah, I was a little surprised myself, but there you go. We'll take it. Anyway, Brad was saying it 2 years ago, it was just too much work in the spring, and of course, that was not the cause of the knee injury that ended up needing microfracture surgery, but it was too heavy a load, he decided. Last year felt great, and so he went up to Mike Butcher and said, look, let's pull back a little this spring. I want to go into the season fresh. It worked last year, and Mike agreed, so he will, I guess, only pitch a handful of games, Jody, right? There's Segura, and he's got the second out.
Yeah, Chip Hill said when you have a great year like Brad had last year, even coming off the surgery, you kind of tend to want to repeat what you did that particular spring. But he only had 5 outings last spring, and 2 or 3 of them were just in minor league games. And he'll have minor league games again this year, but he'll have 7 outings. And of course, last year, guys, he never began the season as the closer. It was only when Addison Reed struggled and he took over in mid-May. So they want him to be sharp from the get-go this year. And he said, look, I was able to do intense rehab this offseason. He had to stop down the rehab last year to pitch for the season. So this year he was able to do it in the offseason, got a lot stronger. He feels great.
And this is what makes Brad Ziegler so effective. He's got 2 outs on 4 pitches so far, and here's Drew Butera.
For Brad Ziegler and the entire Diamondbacks bullpen, I think the addition of Zach Greinke and Shelby Miller and a fully healthy Patrick Corbin might help them out a little bit in the early going this season. You may recall last season there were so many starting pitchers that couldn't get out of the 3rd or 4th inning. Chip Hale constantly had to go to that bullpen, and guys probably threw a lot more innings early in the season than they anticipated. So hopefully the additions to the starting rotation will strengthen that bullpen because they won't have to work as hard.
And it should make the bench better as well, because last year breaking camp, Chip had to carry 13 pitchers. He hopes to carry only 12 this year.
Especially when you have a guy like Ziegler that's able to get so many ground balls, keeps the game flowing, and you're able to maybe go back-to-back days more frequently.
And it doesn't matter what it looks like. It's hard to do better than 30 of 32 in your save opportunities. As Jody mentioned, took over from Addison Reed in mid-May last year. That is a foul ball. Of course, Addy ended up with the Mets pitching against the Royals in the World Series.
In fact, he gave up a hit that was very key. Christian Colon got the go-ahead hit, I believe, in the 12th inning of the game the Royals won the World Series on, off of Addison Reed.
But people don't like to think of Brad Ziegler around the game as a closer because he's just so unconventional, but you cannot argue with the results. It works. There's another ground ball. This one will sneak through, though, and Butera has a 2-out single. I mean, Brad, as effective as ever last year, the ground ball rate was just startling, about 73%. His highest since 2012, and that changeup has become a real weapon for him. He picked it up a few years ago, almost just to give himself a different look. It was something of a lark. Felt he'd become a little too predictable with the fastball and the slider, so started throwing a changeup, and now it's often his go-to pitch. Paulo Orlando has singled and struck out, 1 for 2.
I know as a pitcher coming up into the major leagues, that was one of the more difficult things for me to accomplish, was convince people that I could close games because I didn't have that traditional style. I wasn't overpowering, and Ziegler, same thing. When you're a guy that doesn't overpower, you're a ground ball guy. Oftentimes not thought of as a closer, but my old adage is it's not how, it's how many.
That's right.
Well, what do you know? You only saved 300-something games.
Got to trick him.
And as you well know, you got a ground ball pitcher on the mound that gets ground balls about 3/4 of the time. Ground balls don't leave the ballpark. You're going to have to string together 2 or 3 hits against Brad Ziegler to score a run.
He is really the anti-closer with the way that he attacks hitters. I mean, you don't see many big league closers who finish the season with 36 strikeouts. But that's what Brad Ziegler did last year. Some closers get that in a week.
Yeah.
Three and 1 now. Moustakas on deck. Diamondbacks all-time leader, 312 appearances. There's a strike, 3-2.
Bob, you talked about the Diamondbacks trying to get more length in their starters. If I'm correct, I believe the Diamondbacks threw more innings out of the bullpen than any team in baseball, in Major League Baseball last year. So they want to find a way to eliminate that. Now, Royals are a little different. They throw a lot of innings, but it's more by design because they really only ask their starters to go 5, 6, 7 innings. They're not looking for 8 or 9 innings. They'd love to have it, but they're not built that way.
Well, you guys really started that 3-headed monster at the back end of the bullpen blueprint that everybody seems to have copied now. The Yankees and everybody else has tried to put together that trio at the back end because it's worked so well for Ned Yost.
Right, and they've seen success and results, and it takes a lot of pressure off that starting pitcher, knowing if he can get the ball in the 6th inning with a lead, he's got a good chance to win.
Brad, it bounces off his chest. He keeps it in front, retires Orlando, and strands the 2-out single. Looks like he's okay. Bottom 5 coming up. Diamondbacks lead the Royals 3-0. Still 3-0. Home half of the 5th coming up. Hey fans, next Saturday UFC Fight Night returns to FS1 as 2 heavyweight legends collide when knockout artist Mark Hunt battles former champion Frank Mir. Plus Neil Magny takes on Hector Lombard. UFC Fight Night begins next Saturday, 4:30, only on FS1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Bottom 5 at Salt River Fields at Talking Stick, an all-star season last year for Kelvin Herrera and his triple-digit fastball, 72 appearances and a 2.71 ERA. Now this guy is the opposite of Brad Ziegler. Get the radar gun ready.
Absolutely. He's a guy that triple digits very frequently and has really evolved. He's always had a great changeup. He developed an off pitch, a slider, curveball type combination pitch that is really made him a more consistent pitcher and third pitch to go to when he's in that bullpen.
And for a guy that throws as hard as he does and as often as he does, Herrera has really, Jeff, been a big part of this recent Royals run, a big workhorse in that bullpen. He's a very durable guy.
He is durable. He's a guy that would probably have the chance to close on a number of ball clubs, but he fits in very nicely in that 7th and 8th inning slot with the Royals and has done a nice job over the last several years.
Just under 280 appearances over the last 4 seasons, and along the way pitching to a 2.52 ERA. Kelvin Herrera. Phil Gosselin, Jake Lamb, and David Peralta scheduled hitters in the Diamondback fifth. 2, 3, and 4 for Chip Hill. Can we get her some utensils? And Mom's just like, really?
Well, that way you're guaranteed not to share.
See, she has a spoon. Yeah. 1-1 pitch.
You know, talking about the three-headed monster in the bullpen that we touched on in that last half inning, you can't think about that without going back to the Big Red Machine. Norm Charlton and Rob Dibble and Randy Myers, all three of whom ended up being closers in their career, but all three on that same Reds pitching staff back in the early 90s.
Right, in 90 they essentially helped the Reds go wire to wire, first place, win the World Championship over the A's, and surprised a lot of people. But that blueprint really started in 1990. But the Royals, they found that that's something that works very well for them, and they really now are almost the four-headed monster, because you got Davis, you got Herrera, you added Joaquin Soria, you into that mix, and Luke Hochevar. So they got 4 guys that they're going to really rely on heavily.
Well, look at what the Yankees did. They already have Dellin Betances. They already have Andrew Miller. 2 absolute beasts in the back end of their bullpen. So what do? They go out and get Chapman. And now they have their three-headed monster. Everybody seems to follow that blueprint.
It has worked. That's just, again, you see so many pitchers, they're concerned about the injuries, and you make such a huge investment in your starting pitcher. So if you can ask less from them, you're going to probably get more longevity.
Jake Lamb, the base hit his last time up. Moustakas in the hole at third. 2 down. How's he been defensively?
Very good. Covers a lot of ground, got nice range and tremendous throwing.
There's David Peralta. David having a good day. A 2-run homer in the first and a single in the third. He's 2 for 2.
Now Jake Lamb, after seeing 6 pitches in his first at bat, saw 9 pitches in his second at bat, and that time swung at the first pitch he saw, made quick out.
David Peralta does the same thing, down 0-1.
We talk about the Diamondbacks have seen more pitches this spring than any other team in Major League Baseball, which I think can only benefit them in the long run. A lot of very aggressive hitters in this lineup last year. A lot of very quick innings for opposing pitchers. Got their team back in the dugout quickly. Make them work a little bit.
Well, Herrera already with 2 outs. Only 8 pitches ahead of Peralta, 0-2. And he makes short work of the Diamondbacks in the 5th. 9 pitches, 3 outs. This bullpen's not bad.
Sports, Kansas City. Tuesday afternoon, the world champion Royals face the Cincinnati Reds at 3 p.m. Join us on Fox Sports Kansas City at 3 p.m. on Tuesday for the Reds versus the Royals.
Top of the 6th inning, Diamondbacks leading the Royals 3-0 at this point. Hey fans, we invite you to customize your own ticket package with a D-backs mini plan. You can choose from opening day, a big series against the Cubs or Yankees, bobblehead games, or any combination you choose. Save over single game prices with a 6 or 10 game mini plan. Buy now at dbacks.com.
Sixth inning in Scottsdale. Steve Berthune, Bob Brentley, Jeff Montgomery, Jody Jackson with you. The Cactus League debut of the Bulldog right-hander Silvino Bracho, who's been dealing with a groin issue this spring, so he's yet to appear in a game. And it was a very pleasant surprise toward the back end of last year. Worked just over 12 innings with the Diamondbacks, 17 strikeouts, only 4 walks, a 1.43 ERA.
Silvino Bracho is one of my partner's favorites, Jeff. He likes saying that name.
Silvino Bracho.
I love that name.
It's got some legs.
Yep.
Diamondbacks will put the shift on here for Mike Moustakas. Moustakas has singled and flied out 1 for 2. Bracho made his major league debut with the D-backs last August 30th, called up from AA Mobile. And last season, earned his first career big league save October 1st and finished the year with an 8-game scoreless streak. And he is competing for that final bullpen spot. Bracho named by Baseball America as the pitcher with the best control in the Diamondbacks minor league system heading into this year. A very good minor league track record as a closer. In fact, Bracho the last 3 seasons has been the saves leader in the Pioneer League, the Midwest League, and the Southern League. He's worked his way up the charts. And what is it, Jeff? You're a perfect guy to ask this question. Why don't people like short right-handers?
I think it's because there are a dime a dozen. See a lot of them out there.
Is that it?
I think so.
I mean, the short left-handers are okay. Billy Wagner, everybody loved him. That's fine. But if you're a short right-hander, it seems, then people look at you and go, you know, he's a guy.
Well, it's interesting. Once you get to the big leagues and you put up some numbers, it doesn't care. They don't care if you're short or tall. Just keep getting people out.
Well, that's what Bracho's been doing. And as DeJohn Watson says, you know, he's not one of those sexy hyped guys, but you look at the numbers and he's kind of been putting guys to sleep for a while in the minor leagues. 90, 94. He's got a very good slider. So he has come up here and surprised people. 1-2 on Mike Moustakas. Called strike 3. Ring him up and sit him down. Silvino Bracho.
We're talking about Bracho putting people to sleep with that delivery and then the very fast arm as he delivers that ball to home plate. I'm usually get your thoughts about this, Jeff. In my recollection, Mariano Rivera was the first guy to really do a couple of toe taps before he came up into the set position. But now you see almost every reliever has some variation. Bracho will actually pause once, twice, 3 times, sets his glove, takes a deep breath. When did that evolve that everybody had to have a thing?
Well, the fact that Rivera was so successful, maybe everybody wanted to emulate what he was doing.
Jason Morzarowski chases that one down, and they're in right field for Peralta. 2 outs.
And I know some pitchers occasionally will have a tell in their delivery, something that they do that lets the hitter know possibly what pitch is coming. And some guys have gone to this to kind of disguise that, give themselves more time to adjust the grip on the ball or do what they need to do to get ready to throw the next pitch.
Yeah, I think so much of it's about deception. You have the ability to do some different things, and Bracho here was making all these moves. But then you're right, he has this very deliberate start, and then it's very rapid.
Everything was quick at the end. Yeah.
Well, he's one of those guys that we always hear is sneaky fast. He'll throw low 90s, but we're always told it plays like mid to upper 90s, late life.
Right, and deception is such a key to that. And Royals fans will remember a pitcher, very successful pitcher, Kevin Apier, had tremendous deception. His stuff was good, but his deception was even made him better.
That's a good inning for Bracho to come in and work. He gets Moustakas, Kane, and Hosmer. So the heart of the order here for The 23-year-old right-hander out of Venezuela.
Always nice when you put up some numbers against the big boys.
Because you never really know on a given day who you might face in your one inning of work coming out of that bullpen. You might get 3 guys that are ticketed for Double-A ball, or you might get 3 guys that were all-stars last year.
A ball and a strike to Eric Hosmer. This is inside, 2-1. Hosmer singled his last time up after a long 9-pitch battle with Ruby De La Rosa. Ruby very good here today. 4 innings, 4 hits, no runs, no walks. He struck out 5 and at one point retired 10 straight. Out to left center, Jason Bourgeois. Marzilli on the run. It hits high off the wall. Hosmer is in at second, a 2-out double. He's 2 for 3.
Going right with the pitch, up and out over the plate, barrels it up toward that gap in left center. Made that sound off the bat like it might sneak up there into the fans in the berm in left center field, but it's about 3/4 of the way up the fence for a 2-out double for Hosmer.
And they'll take Hosmer out of the game. Cody Decker will come in and run for Hosmer. There's Decker at second, trying to win a job. Andres Morales singled his last time up, 1 for 2. Silvino Bracho coming off a good season last year, pitching in Double-A Mobile for Robbie Hammock. Saved 16 games. Put up 59 strikeouts in 44 innings against only 9 walks. Very good control out there. There's a strike, 0-2.
Oftentimes we hear the word professional hitter. Kendrys Morales is a guy that certainly fits in that mold. He's a guy that takes the same approach nearly every time he goes to the plate. Works hard, very prepared, but you're going to get a good at bat from Kendrys Morales most every time.
Bracho can put him away and strand Decker at second. Play on back there, and he's back in time. Bracho's a guy that stays busy. He's from Venezuela. He's gone back home the last 3 years and pitched in the Venezuelan Winter League. And he puts up impressive strikeout numbers there every winter.
You talk about those professional at bats, and they don't always result in a base hit or a run driven in. Sometimes it's just a matter of running up a pitch count on an opposing pitcher, making him work really, really hard to get you out, perhaps creating an opportunity for the guy coming up behind you in the batting order.
And you talked earlier about another designated hitter I had the chance to face a number of times, Edgar Martinez, a guy that did exactly that. He's going to try his best to make you build up that pitch count. He's going to look for that one pitch he can do the damage on.
Silvino Bracho wins the battle. He strands Decker at second. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Bracho. Diamondbacks lead the Royals 3-0.
Fields on a beautiful sunsplash day. First inning, the man on, and David Peralta with his first home run of the spring. And that, of course, gave the Diamondbacks the lead. That ball out of there. And David joining me right now. A change of position this spring, a big topic for David Peralta. But first of all, David, tell me about the home run. Did that feel good?
Oh, yeah. You know, always feels good when you hit the ball hard. So he threw my breaking pitch, hanging on the second pitch, and just pretty good swing, and the ball went out of the park.
Now for you, it's the first winter that you haven't gone down to Venezuela to play. Part of that was the wrist injury, right? When did you start feeling good again? When did you start hitting?
Well, you know, for me it was kind of like weird and different because I always go to play in Venezuela to keep myself in shape and, you know, trying to get better every time. So this winter they didn't let me play because of my injury in my hand and my wrist. And I was like, okay, right now I'm kind of like off the timing, but I'm getting back there. I'm trying to get as many at bat that I can to get ready for the season.
And you'll face lefties this year. Your coaches have confidence. You got better in that area last year. How much better do you think you can get in that area?
Any better. I can get much better. I mean, way better. The more I face lefty, the better I'm going to get. So it's good to know they got they gave me the opportunity. That's all I ask you. Just give me the chance. I'm going to do my best.
All right, so the freight train is going to pull into right field this season. Have a bunch of new fans over there that you'll get to know well. How's that position change going for you? I know Dave McKay is great at kind of helping you guys in the outfield and when you're learning a new position as well.
Well, you know, like you say, David McKay is great. He's been great with me, teaching me a lot of stuff and everything. So to me, the player in right field, I mean, I'm just going to make an adjustment, different angle, and all this stuff, but it's going to be better. I mean, I can play every position. Even my first year when I got to the big league, I was playing all over, and I ended up playing right field. Last year I played left field, so I'm just going to go back to right field and just do my thing.
You know, and part of your thing is being aggressive. You know, everything you do, and on the base paths, we saw Gene Segura. He's been a great addition in that area too. Hustle double we saw earlier. You know, when you look at this team in that particular aspect, how good can you guys be in that area? I mean, you kind of lead the way with the energy, don't you?
Well, you know, you have to bring energy all the time. Like, even like in my case, I always like to play hard, which is everybody. So that's what we've been working on, talking about every day. You know, we're going to play hard and let them know that we're not messing around, you know. And this is how we play. We play hard all the time, hustle over time. And you know, if you do that, something good is going to happen.
All right, David, thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it. I know you're going to work out. These guys are going to lift some weights right now.
I need to get better.
Thanks so much. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, David. Wholesale changes for the Royals. We saw Chris Herman reach. They have ruled out a base hit, the 8th hit today for the Diamondbacks. So he's aboard to open up the 6th against the new pitcher for Kansas City. It's the left-hander Scott Alexander. And many defensive changes behind him. You see Alexander's numbers last year, Jeff, with AAA Omaha.
Yeah, put together a really nice season with Omaha. Gave up some runs toward the last part of the AAA season. Got a call up with Kansas City, so he made his debut last year.
He rings up tough. He goes a wish for the first out in the 6th. That'll bring up Zach Bornstein. Defensive changes behind him. Dozier is at third, Coleman at shortstop, Mondesi at second, Decker at first. And the outfield left to right, Martinez, Starling, and Snyder. Gutierrez is still behind the plate. Zach Bornstein singled to lead off the 2nd. He's 1 for 2. 7 for 18 this spring. Matt Reynolds, the left-hander, warming up in the Diamondback bullpen. So far, we've seen Ruby De La Rosa, Brad Ziegler, and Silvino Bracho. Wind is blowing out hard to right center.
Yeah, the game started. The flags were barely moving out there in right center field, but as you can see, clearly blowing straight out of here toward right field now.
Could hit one on the 101 out there. 0-2. Looks like Kansas City with a highway right behind the ballpark.
Well, it looks like Kansas City with that wind blowing, too. We get a lot of wind.
Attack stays alive.
This is a beautiful ballpark here at the Salt River Fields.
And we are really blessed to call this place home every spring.
It's an ideal setup. As you well know, the Rockies have their own facility on one side of the stadium, the Diamondbacks on the other side. Everything you could possibly need to get a team ready for a season is right here on the grounds.
How does it work with you guys and the Rangers up there?
Very similarly. It's been a nice arrangement since, I believe, 2002, where both teams have shared the ballpark itself. And you have a Royal side and a Ranger side. And people who come down and visit during spring training have a great time, and oftentimes say, I'll come back every year because they have such a great time. It's a much more relaxed, environment and atmosphere for the players, for the fans, and everybody involved. Not to mention the weather's not too bad either.
I was going to ask you, Jeff, Diamondback fans, I mean, for us, it's no big deal. They just drive over here and you're at spring training, 10, 15 minutes, whatever. But are Royals fans making it a trip every spring out to Surprise?
They really are, especially the last couple of seasons. The team has won, and not only just a Surprise, but all over the American League, we see Royals fans traveling in huge numbers.
When Bornstein strikes out, Herman is going to get credit for a stolen base. So he's at second with 2 outs. Now, there's no fountain out there here, I'm sorry to tell you.
As a pitcher, I would much rather have that fountain going.
A little more distracting to the hitter.
Yeah.
Jason Bourgeois, the former Cincinnati Red. It's funny because on windy days, I've noticed when you watch a game from Kauffman Stadium, it kind of blows the water up, and you're like, wait, is it raining there? It's sunny. What's happening?
Well, the right fielder oftentimes will be drenched as a result of the wind's blowing in from right.
Alexander doing a good job so far. You got Gozuish, you got Bornstein. Now he's ahead of Bourgeois, 0-2.
Well, we do have the pool at our home ballpark downtown, but I guess there is a fountain. When somebody hits a home run, the water squirts up.
Yeah. Maybe we can get something built in there. Let's get some water going all the time. Coleman at shortstop, and they retire Bourgeois. So Alexander strands the leadoff single. Will go to the 7th in Scottsdale. It's 3-0 Diamondbacks. Is presented in part by Ram Trucks. Right now, get a great deal during Ram Truck Month. Hey fans, the D-backs race against cancer Sunday, April 10th. This 4th annual event will benefit Arizona nonprofit organizations that provide screening, treatment, and support for those dealing with cancer. Join fellow D-backs for the 5K run or the 1-mile banana boat fun walk. Register right now online, dbacks.com/race. Veteran left-hander Matt Reynolds out there to open up the 7th. The lunchbox hero Travis Snyder up there for the Royals. Wholesale changes behind Reynolds defensively. Love these split squad games, Bob, where they change all 8 guys out there.
It's like a line change in hockey.
Numbers on Matt Reynolds last year. They have emptied minor league camp here.
That's another thing that's great about this facility. When you do have a game like today, a split squad game, half the club went over to Scottsdale to play the Giants, the other half stayed here to play the Royals. Chases a breaking ball in the dirt for strike 3. When you need extra bodies, all you have to do is call up to the clubhouse and, hey, send us 3 outfielders, a couple of infielders, a catcher, and a left-handed pitcher, and they're right there in the clubhouse ready to go.
They got a full house here on a beautiful Saturday. Half the Diamondbacks are playing the Giants across town at Scottsdale Stadium, and the other half right here against the Royals. So everybody in camp is getting some game action today, either there or here. Coleman fights that one off and fouls it. Dusty Coleman in there at shortstop. Swing and bunt that goes foul. If you're ever watching one of these spring training games and the announcers in the middle of the game suddenly stop talking, it's because they're frantically writing in their books. Now wait, who is that in left field again? What's that guy's first name? Who's at shortstop? What? So by the time you finish 10 spring training games, Bob, we should be ready for anything up here.
I think you're right.
There's Rivero in there at third. Coleman waves at that one. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Matt Reynolds, and now he'll work to Raul Mondesi.
I think back in the 80s when Billy Martin was managing, I believe it was the Oakland A's, they had guys wearing triple-digit numbers.
Don't say it.
Number
Don't give them any
112.
ideas. No. So you just got a Sean Jamison is out there. Jason Morozowski, he's in right field. These are a lot of the guys from minor league camp. Kevin Crone's at first base.
A lot of 80s and 90s right now.
Victor Reyes out there in left. Evan Marzilli still in center. At least he held firm there. Here's Raul Mondesi Jr. The numbers at Double-A last year with Northwest Arkansas in the Texas League. Bounced in the hole. Domingo Leyba, strong throw, and he got him. Domingo Leyba, one of the Diamondbacks up and coming infield prospects, makes a nice play there. And Matt Reynolds has a 1-2-3 inning. We stretch in Scottsdale. D-backs lead the Royals 3-0.
Royals here. Beautiful day. Spring training continues right here on Fox Sports Arizona. Jody Jackson here next to the dugout alongside catcher, I'll say catcher, Chris Herman. But today we saw you at first base. And Chris, you came over from the Twins in a trade in the offseason, but your calling card is being kind of a utility guy. You told me you're a catcher at heart, but how important is that versatility when it comes to making this Diamondbacks team?
You know, I think it's pretty important, especially for this team in the National League. You know, you always need a guy on the team that can play multiple positions, and if I can play that role and give the Diamondbacks the opportunity for me to go out and play wherever they tell me to, that's just going to be pretty good for myself and as well as the team.
You told me you're catching tomorrow, but what's a typical day for you like? Because you do have the workout ahead of time. So you're working on, I imagine, a number of things, just similar to, when you go out there and work out before a regular season game. How does it go for you?
Yeah, well, catching's most important here. I want to try and get to know all the pitchers as much as I can. And, like you said, I'm the new guy on the team, so I got to do extra homework and make sure I'm prepared for each game. I do a lot of bullpens. Got Sherlock out there, helping me with blocking and framing and stuff. It's just the typical day of being a catcher. We're always out there doing the most work. So
that sounds like a catcher right there. And Schroles is great. I know that. No question about that. What's been your impression of this pitching staff with the acquisitions in the offseason? Cranky Miller. There's a lot of expectations now with this team as well.
Oh, man, it's going to be fun catching everybody. You've got a lot of young arms on this team, and you've got a lot of guys who want to win. And I think that's the most important thing is just, having these pitchers out here grinding innings for us and, getting outs and having our hitters put some numbers up on the board for them and get them some wins. It's going to be a fun year, I think.
What are you working at the plate right now?
For me, I just making solid contact. I struck out twice today, and I made an adjustment in my last at bat. I just told myself, look, just try to hit the ball hard to the opposite part of the field, and that's just my main focus is just trying to go up there and make solid contact. And if I get out doing that, I'm happy with me at least making hard contact and putting the ball in play.
Dave Magadan and Mark Grace in your ear as far as hitting goes. Two pretty good guys to learn from, right?
Oh man, it's awesome. I can relate to Mark Grace for him being a lefty and a pretty good one at that. So I've talked to him quite a bit. Just about my plan at the plate, and he's been helping me out every day. And hopefully that's something that we could work out on a routine. And Magadan, he's pretty good about the mental side of the game as well. So just having those two guys is going to be a lot of help for me. It's going to be fun.
Chris, I appreciate the time. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you so much. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Chris Herman, guys. And checking on the pitcher, of course, right now.
Yeah, that's the left-hander David Huff, who took a shot there off the bat of Domingo Leyba, who's aboard at first, and Huff appears to be okay. Here's a look.
As a pitcher, the last thing you want to do is have to be dodging bullets up the middle, but for Huff, unfortunately, that's the case. If you get hit, you want to at least make the play.
But it just rolled away from him. The numbers on David Huff last year with Oklahoma City at AAA. And it's the Dodgers organization.
We heard Jody talking to Chris Herman over there in the Diamondbacks dugout. And when you think about the two hitting coaches for the Diamondbacks, Dave Magadan and Mark Grace, both left-handed hitters that used the whole field. Neither guy was, by any stretch of the imagination, a pull hitter. Gracie would hit the ball from the third base line around to the first base line. His goal was to square it up. Dave Magadan the same way, one of the more patient hitters I played against during my playing career. So good guys to learn from if you're a left-handed hitter on this Diamondbacks roster.
Sean Jamison, the hitter now. Took over at second base for Phil Gosselin. He's down 0-2. .272 last year, playing for Robbie Hammock at AA Mobile in the Southern League. Leyba, the runner at first, one out. All the scoring in this ball game came in the first inning. Gene Segura led off the ball game against Chris Medlin with a double. Phil Gosselin delivered an RBI single. The next batter, two batters in, it was 1-0. Two batters later, David Peralta, a two-run homer, made it 3-0. That's been it. D-backs have out-hit the Royals 9-6. And a very impressive outing for Ruby De La Rosa after he struggled a bit his last time out. Ruby today, 4 innings, 4 hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. At one point, he retired 10 straight.
Yeah, it seemed like Ruby really is excited to learn that he's going to get that 4th start of the season. Oftentimes that confidence carries over, and he's sure looked good today. Looked like a guy that's ready for it.
The Diamondbacks can hang on. They will have won 6 of their last 8 games. Not counting whatever else is going on across town at Scottsdale Stadium against the Giants. Leading the Cactus League in runs, hits, and total bases.
I think attitudes are mixed on results in spring training. I always felt that the sooner you learn how to find ways to win games as opposed to lose games, it's going to work to your benefit during the regular season. But the reality is, I couldn't tell you who won the Cactus League last year.
No clue.
I think the A's may have won it.
I think you're probably right, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work out, did it?
Bob, I'm with you. If they're keeping score, I want to try to find a way to come out on top.
Absolutely. Good habits late in ball games, finding ways to get guys on, get them around, get them in.
It could be the situation they're having right now in Baltimore, where Buck Showalter's Orioles have yet to win a spring training game. Get that goose egg off there, but it's been about 2 weeks now. Jameson strikes out, 2 down in the 7th. I always love to see fans keeping score. That's it right there.
Being told by our crack staff down in the truck that the Mets did win the Grapefruit League last year. So there's that.
And then June, July, their lineup looked like the Bad News Bears. Who are these guys? But they had figured that out by the end of the year. Carlos Rivero took over at 3rd for Jake Lamb. Rivero last season, most of which was spent with the Mariners AAA team in Tacoma. Finished up in the Red Sox organization at AAA Pawtucket. Rivero 5 for 16 this spring, including a pair of doubles. Two down, Leyva at first. Phoebe, were you a good spring training guy? Did you have good springs, bad springs, and different springs as a player?
I remember them being good. They probably weren't, but other than 1 year in my career, I was like a lot of these guys. I came to spring training with the idea that I had to win a job. Nothing was ever guaranteed. There was always somebody knocking at the door behind me. Ooh.
Nice grab right there by Huff. And they strand Leyva at first. 8th inning on the way. 3-0 Diamondbacks. Jody Jackson with you.
The Gig Live high-speed highlights presented by Cox. Some defense behind Ruby De La Rosa. That double play ended a Royals threat in the first, and Ruby took it from there. He worked 4 innings, had 5 strikeouts, retired 10 straight at one point. Diamondbacks got all 3 runs in the first. A Gosselin RBI single, and David Peralta 2-run homer. And that has been all the scoring. They have out-hit the Royals 9-6. They lead it 3-0. And Professor Colementer, class is in session. Josh Colementer out there to work the 8th. He had a rough outing here Tuesday night against the Angels. His numbers last year when he was the opening day starter. After a dozen starts, his record was 3-6. The ERA was 5.25. So in June he was sent to the bullpen, and from that point through the rest of the year, Josh was back to being his normally very effective self. A 1.89 ERA as a reliever then last year.
And he really proved to be a savior in the second half of the season. A lot of those short starts by the starting pitcher, Josh was able to come in and eat up 3, 4, sometimes 5 innings, saving the rest of that bullpen.
Yeah, that 1.89 reliever's ERA was the 6th best in the National League. So here he is. He's put the books away for a while. Have you heard about this, Jeff? He's been giving instructional seminars, Josh Colementer, in the clubhouse here this spring. He's done discussions about physics, about buoyancy, about idioms. He picks a different topic, and he has a whiteboard up there, and he teaches a class in the clubhouse, and anyone who wants to attend can do so.
That's very impressive. I like that.
I don't know if what he's saying is at all accurate or correct, but it's fun to watch.
It's just another example that pitchers have way too much time on their hands.
Ball players will do the craziest things.
I want to ask you about the guy on deck, Jose Martinez, because here's Butera leading off the 8th. Lots of time out there in the bullpen. But the on-deck hitter for the Royals, Martinez, is quite a story. I mean, this guy, first of all, he's a giant. He's 6'6", 6'7", depending on where you're looking. 2-2 to Butera. Knocks that out to Reyes in left. Got a late jump, and he runs it down. Well, here is Jose Martinez. And a couple of years ago, only 2 in fact, he was playing independent ball. He was a Rockford Aviator in the Frontier League. He was kind of all over the place. He'd been with the Braves and the White Sox. Independent ball. Hooks up with the Royals. Goes to Omaha last year and wins the Coast League batting title. He had 384.
And I have a feeling that 384 was probably a wide margin up above the second place, because that's incredible, and especially a guy with his size. Oftentimes there will like a very big hole in the swing, and pitchers will find ways to get him to chase and get him to do things. But he got hot early, and he just stayed hot the entire season. I talked with Brian Polberg, his manager for the Omaha Storm Chasers. He just said he was a very special story, quite an athlete.
I mean, I looked at the number. I was going through my Royal stuff yesterday, and I thought, well, that can't be right. How does he go from the Rockford Aviators in the Frontier League to winning the Coast League batting title 1 year later?
Yeah, it's, again, one of those amazing stories in baseball. We see them all the time, but you pull for guys like this to have the opportunity to get some opportunity in the major leagues. Oftentimes it takes someone getting hurt, or you can create that opportunity. And I think that's what he's doing. He's trying to create that opportunity.
We have that story with another Venezuelan here, David Peralta, of course. But it took David a while to get going once he got into the Diamondbacks system, and sooner or later he made his way up here. But with Jose Martinez, it was literally the next season. He was hitting 384 in AAA after playing independent ball.
Got on base at a 461 clip.
Stop it!
Walked almost as many times as he struck out.
It's amazing. Chops that one in the hole. Rivero from third. And he's retired. Jose Martinez, an interesting story and a guy to watch this year. Here's Hunter Dozier now. Dozier, the Royals' first-round pick in the draft 3 years ago out of Stephen F. Austin. He was the 8th overall pick in that draft. But he has struck out 5 times in 12 at-bats this spring. Played all of last year at AA in the Texas League and hit just .213. There's the strike. 12 homers, so he's got some power, but his on-base percentage just .281 last year. Jeff, Royals have a lot of young guys like this. Hunter Dozier, Bubba Starling. It's not all about the guys that are here. They do have some promising young guys in their system.
Yeah, they do. They had to really deplete their arms in the system last year when they made those trades in mid-season to get Johnny Cueto and Benzover, 6 left-handed pitchers. But they've had a lot of depth as far as the position players are concerned. And Dozier, a player who played middle infield a lot, shortstop in college, but he's now a corner infielder. Spoke with Joe Rand, a former Royals third baseman. He's working with him here in spring training on defensive skills, ways to become a better third baseman.
This guy was the 8th overall selection in the draft just 3 years ago. So you're talking about some high picks. Bubba Starling, another first rounder 5 years ago. There's a walk. And here is Bubba Starling, now 23 years old. He was a first-round pick out of high school in Kansas. Much like Hunter Dozier, it's been something of a work in progress for Starling. The numbers last year, most of last season with AA Northwest Arkansas in the Texas League. And Arizona fans will be somewhat familiar with Bubba Starling. He played his 2nd season here in the Fall League.
According to the Royals minor league guys, they feel like he's ready to play major league outfield right now.
Really?
Still learning to be more consistent at the plate.
Jamison in second. Oh, Josh Colmenter works around the 2-out walk. Bottom 8 on the way. Diamondbacks leading 3-0. As we start the home half of the 8th inning. And fans, when the D-backs win, you win at Papa John's. The day after every D-backs win, you get 50% off your regular menu price online order at Papa John's. Just enter promo code DBACKS50 at papajohns.com. Do like Bob Brentley. Eat that pizza. Eat that Papa John's. You and Peyton Manning, you guys just make out with Papa John's big time.
I think Peyton's making out a little better than I am.
A record crowd here at Salt River Field to Talking Stick in Scottsdale, Arizona. 13,514 on hand with us today for this ball game. Steve Berthune, Bob Brentley, Jeff Montgomery, Jody Jackson with you on Fox Sports Arizona and Fox Sports Kansas City today. And here's a guy that Royals fans will want to see. It's Kyle Zimmer, the 24-year-old right-hander, one of the more well-regarded pitching prospects in the game. The Royals' first-round pick in the draft 4 years ago. The 5th overall selection out of the University of San Francisco. But Jeff, I guess he's just not been able to stay healthy.
Right. He's had injury problems for the most part every year of his career, with excepting in the last year. So he's made a lot of progress, and I think this could be the year that finally, if he's able to stay healthy, will arrive in the major leagues.
Jason Morozowski leads off the 8th inning for the Diamondbacks. Played rookie ball last year. Missoula at 292. Kyle Zimmer has averaged nearly 11 strikeouts for every 9 innings pitched through 4 seasons in the minors, but those injuries have really set back his development. But he will consistently hit mid-90s with a fastball and higher, big power curveball, and he gets Morozowski to lead off the 8th. He just has not been able to stay healthy. Repeated elbow issues, bone chips that had to be removed, an elbow tendonitis. 2 seasons ago, he could make only 6 appearances all year because of shoulder problems. Tried to make up some innings in the fall league here, but had to be shut down again, and then eventually needed shoulder surgery. Kevin Crone.
There's that big curveball you were talking about. Great pitch to start a sequence against a big power hitter that's hunting fastballs. Just roll that breaking ball up there in the middle of the zone for a called strike.
Bob, I always found it was such an asset to have the ability to throw that first pitch breaking ball for a strike, because you don't have to show your good one then. You can save it for later on, put away later with that really good breaking ball.
Crone reaches down and knocks it into right center for a base hit. Well, the son of Diamondbacks roving hitter instructor. Here's Crone. Dad likes it. Of course, his older brother CJ is playing for the Angels. I guess you know what that's like, BB. Cheering on your son.
Oh, yeah.
And Olfen.
Nothing quite like it. We talked about that helpless feeling that George Brett and Tony La Russa get watching the game from the luxury suites up here above the stadium. Boy, when you're a dad and your kid's up there at the plate, it's a whole different dimension.
Travis Snyder drifting toward the right field line. 2 down.
You're talking about that first pitch breaking ball. It doesn't have to be a perfect one. Just get it up there in the strike zone. As many pitcher hitter meetings as I sat in, I never heard anybody was a first pitch breaking ball hitter.
The thing I learned was that really good hitters will not allow themselves to get themselves out on a first pitch breaking ball. Even it can be a hanging pitch, and they're going to say, I'm going to get myself out on a fastball on a first pitch if I'm going to get myself out.
Zach Bornstein singled in the 2nd inning. Zach is 1 for 3 today. Is this the year, Jeff, you think Zimmer makes it to the big leagues?
I think so. I think obviously health is going to be a real concern, but they're looking for someone to, especially from the system, to make that arrival on the scene in the major leagues for the Royals. And the Royals have done a nice job in developing a lot of different position players, but maybe not as much with regards to their starting pitcher. So this is an opportunity now for Zimmer to be that guy that can go in. Yordan Ventura, a homegrown product. Danny Duffy, a homegrown product. Maybe have those 3 in that rotation for some time to come.
Zach gets a piece and stays alive. Zimmer split last season Class A Lexington in the Sally League and AA Northwest Arkansas. And in total went 3-5, a 2.39 ERA. The Royals really tried to ease him back into a routine, coming off the elbow and shoulder troubles. He did not make any starts in A-ball. Pitched very well out of the bullpen, then went to AA. He made 7 starts there, but he also saved 3 games. So it's been in short increments for Zimmer, coming back from all the injuries. Martinez fighting that sun, and he's got it. We will head to the 9th in Scottsdale. It's 3-0 Diamondbacks.
Come to expect and more. A new low price for 2016. Watch every out-of-market game of all 30 teams live in true HD on over 400 supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Well, Josh Collmenter may be going for the 6-out save here.
Yeah.
Cody Decker leads off the Royal ninth. Hammers one foul down the left field line.
The 6-out save, quite a rarity nowadays.
Yeah.
Your executive here, Tony La Russa, I think was a big part in changing the way that closers were utilized. Dennis Eckersley when he had him in Oakland.
He always gives credit to Dave Duncan for that, Tony, when you have the conversation with him. He said it was Duncan that came up to the idea. So how about if you put Eckersley at the back end, just had him get 3 outs? They figured out they could win a lot more games that way, and they were right.
And had some great setup guys, too, with Honeycutt and Todd Burns. They had some real quality guys, but you can shorten the games, and obviously now that's a very frequent recipe for success.
Of course, Goose Gossage was a big fan of the multi-inning save, as we found out this week.
That's one thing he is fond of, but we found out a few other things he's not quite so fond of.
Like Jose Bautista, Bryce Harper.
Nerds and punks.
Shaving cream celebrations. Yeah, he's down on nerds, the Goose. Andres Morales. D-backs are on the road tomorrow. They'll go over to Glendale and take on the White Sox at Camelback Ranch. That'll be Robbie Ray and John Danks. Zach Godley will pitch a B game tomorrow morning against the Angels. Back here at Salt River Monday, a 1:10 start against the Mariners. Zach Greinke will pitch that game. So if you want to get a look at Zach Greinke, fans, come on out here Monday afternoon. Robbie Ray tomorrow in Glendale.
Diamondback fans in for a real treat. Zach Greinke, quite a competitor.
Well, he's a sight for sore eyes, Jeff, I can tell you that. As the consensus has been here for a couple of years now that the Diamondbacks are headed in the right direction, putting together a nice, talented core of good young players. They just needed something at the top of the rotation. And so they went out and fixed that big time with the additions of Zach Greinke and Shelby Miller. Josh Collmenter, he's doing some teaching out there on the mound.
The physics of the straight changeup from that tomahawk delivery. Very effective against righties and lefties.
There's the lunchbox hero now, Travis Snyder, trying to win a reserve outfield role in Kansas City. Split last year between the Pirates and the Orioles. First round pick by the Blue Jays 10 years ago.
One other good thing about having Zach Greinke on the Diamondbacks this year, we don't have to face him with the Dodgers.
That's big, huh?
We got fortunate last year. We missed him a couple of times when we played the Dodgers. His spot had pitched either the day before or was scheduled to pitch the day after our series, but you don't mind missing him pitching for the opposition.
Only faced him twice last year. Dodgers scrambling to figure out who's going to be in their rotation with injuries to Ryu and Anderson. 2-2 or a strike away. I want to thank Jeff Montgomery for putting up with Bob and I. Jeff, thanks so much for joining us here today.
Absolutely. Certainly a pleasure to work with you and add a little Royals insight to the broadcast.
I think you're going to have another fun season this year, Mr. Montgomery.
Well, we look forward to it. The offseason was short, but people cannot wait for baseball to start back up in Kansas City.
There's a roller, and this will do it. Don't forget, we'll see you again in April when the Diamondbacks play 2 more times against these Royals, April 1st and 2nd at Chase Field, the last weekend of spring training. Jeff, we'll have you back with us for a game in the booth. So thanks so much for helping us out today. It was great to have you.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
So the Diamondbacks get the 3-0 win. They have now won 6 of their last 8 games.
8 wins in 12 games in the Cactus League. And they beat the Royals 3-0. Diamondback Baseball Spring Training version brought to you by Ram Trucks. For Jody Jackson, Bob Brentley, Jeff Montgomery, our producer, Brad the Big Dog Weimer. I'm Steve Berthune. Thanks for watching Diamondbacks Baseball on Fox Sports Arizona. So long, everybody.